Welcome to ProfRomi series, Making the Point, Unlocking Madness Behind Methods. British writer G.K. Chesterton once wrote that there is nearly always a method in madness. These videos flip that idea around and demonstrate why what seems like madness in methods really has a logical foundation. I'm ProfRomi, and here to explain to you why ecologists do things a certain way and then help you learn these skills. Episode 1. Yes, having the period there really does make a difference. Conquering citation. In this episode, we will cover how to create a correct citation for references in ecology and end with a short assignment. But first, let's make sure we unlock the madness and ask ourselves, why does it matter?
Who cares about where I put the period?
Who needs page numbers anyway when everything's online?
Do those journal names really matter?
We'll actually come back to answer those questions at the end of the video, but I first want to ask you this. What characteristics make a good scientist? Take 15 seconds to write down 5 words that describe a quality scientist. Okay, let me see if you used any of these words. Thorough, organized, methodical, detail-oriented, knowledgeable, logical, accurate, precise, informative. All of these words describe a good scientist, and paying attention to citations tells the world that you possess these qualities. In particular, citations communicate your level of expertise to others. In other words, what you cite matters. Citations represent currency for scientists. We even go so far as to count how many times papers get cited. Proper citation saves works for editors, and saving work for editors, as well as professors, makes us happy. On the flip side, improper citations suggest that 1. You can't follow directions. 2. You are lazy or careless. 3. You are comfortable putting the work on others. Or 4. All of the above. So, if I had to sum up the logic behind the madness of citations, I would create a bumper sticker. Good citations imply good science. Now that you know why citations matter, let's talk about how you make them work for you. Across the disciplines exist any number of ways to cite references. You can even access citation machines online that work for you in other disciplines, but not biology. In biology, you have to do it yourself. Unfortunately, no single universally accepted way to cite exists for the biological sciences. Why, you might ask? Good question. It could be because biologists do not really have an umbrella organization like the other sciences. How do you know which way to cite? Answer, you go to the journal. And in the class of ecology, you go to the flagship journal, Ecology. Google search, Journal, Ecology. Click on Instructions for Authors. Click on Preparation of the Final Manuscript. Click on Literature Cited. What you will find is this statement. The list should conform in sequencing and punctuation to that in recent issues of the journal. What? Check out the journal as a guide? Yes, this means that every journal has its own expectations, just like every professor. Following directions really represents a skill that every scientist needs. And why it may be mad and crazy, the world of science works this way. For our purposes, in addition to this video, I've provided a citation guide for you that you can access online. Here are some simple basics to keep in mind. Number 1, order. Authors, period, year, period, title, period, and then the journal, no period before the volume. The issue goes in parentheses, colon, and then the page numbers, period. Number 2, for authors, only use initials for first names. Number 3, first authors start with last names and then the first initial, but subsequent authors start with initials and then the last name. For example, Burks, RL, and A.B. Jones, period. Number 4, year follows authors without parentheses. Number 5, only capitalize the first word or proper words in an article title. Number 6, in ecology, journal titles are spelled out but not italicized. Note that this is different than in other journals. Number 7, periods go after each part except for the journal name. And number 8, watch the spaces. No extra ones with volume and then the issue and the page numbers. Let's do an example. You should see the citation on your screen. First author first, that's Preston, D, period. Then the other authors using only initials. Follow those with a period. Next, the year, 2012, and a period. And the title, no caps, followed with a period. Next comes the journal, in this case Ecology, but no period before volume, followed by parentheses with the issue, colon, and page numbers without spaces, followed by a period. Note, many times people just use volumes and leave out the issue. You should get this. Now, what about for online papers? The only difference is that instead of page numbers, you have a manuscript number and a DOI citation. DOI means Digital Object Identifier. Okay, after doing that citation, you should have gotten this. How did you do? If your citation differs from the one you just saw on the screen, figure out why. After watching this video, complete this short assignment. Congratulations, you now know how to cite. This brings us to the close of this ProfRomi episode of Making the Point, Unlocking Madness Behind Methods. Oh, but before you go, I don't want you to forget about those questions.
Who cares about where I put the period?
Who needs page numbers anyway when everything's online?
Do those journal names really matter?
The answers are, number 1, I care about where the period goes because I want you to learn the way science works. Number 2, you need page numbers because papers did not always occur online. And 3, yes, those journal names do really matter. They tell the world what you read. So remember, good citations reflect good science. I hope that this video gave you insights into why proper citation really matters to scientists and provided you with the tools to execute citations flawlessly. Until next time.